Alright, we're here at J-Tech. My name is Shane Gibson. First part of the video, I'm just going to do a little record over, kind of talk a little bit about what we're doing. You'll see here on the table and everything, I'm pointing out that actuator. That hole there you see at the end, that actually is our coggle pin to go through. And it holds the actuator in place. It came off a 97 Peterbilt. On the other end, which is the rod end, that's what moves in and out, extends and retracts. You got another one there. You'll see I'm pointing out the seals. At this point in time, you'll see me pull up a piece of seal. They're really bad. It was leaking. We did our visual inspection, and there was no way you could miss that. The caps, though, like I said, inside there are actually a couple of different seals. Later on in the video here, you will see several of these seals being replaced. Show the good ones, the bad ones, and all that. So, but what I'm talking about also right there, that seal at the end that's all busted, I pulled a piece out, that actually keeps the fluid in and out, or excuse me, that scrapes the rod and everything. The seals inside help keep it in and out, the fluid from getting out and everything, and anything getting in. But that is actually like a scraper, that seal is. It keeps the rod clean so it doesn't get any debris up into the cylinder. But, okay, here in this picture here, in this part of the video, showing you what the O-rings on the outside looks like. You have a flat one and a round one, and then on the inside, you actually have seals in there. You have the furthest one in. It's a double seal. It was pretty tricky to get in. We'll talk about it a little later on in the video. The other one was a smaller single seal. That was easy to get in. It wasn't that bad. The one down in there next to the hole where the fluid would go in and out, that one there is actually kind of tough. It took a little bit to get in. We'll talk about that a little later on. So you're going to see a better view of that right there. Yep. And you see the pipe wrenches and stuff down there and pull bars. Where I'm putting my hand there, that's where you can put the pipe wrench there. If you use a scrap wrench or another pipe on the other side. If you do, use a towel. It'll bite it up. It's aluminum. And at that point in time, you'll get hurt because you had to, or it'll hurt it. The hammer you see right here, where I'm showing the tapping, I'm telling you, do not hit the fitting with a hammer. I had a classmate helping me, he did that.
All right, now we're back here, just trying to get it cleaned up. We're gonna pretty much inspect the shaft. We're gonna be replacing these seals here. Pretty all hard and everything. What you're gonna do, come down and look for any nicks, burrs, any signs of damage that might cause your seals to rupture. There's no sense of changing the seal. Shaft is screwed up. All you're gonna do is tear them up. Then you're gonna be right back to where you was. Roll it over, look. A little bit of stuff right there. In this case, this is pretty good. This will pass. Just a little bit of nicks down here. Could shave that off a little bit. So, anyway. So now everything looks good on that aspect. We have our seal. And of course, these go into certain areas. You make sure you put them in the right spot. Of course, make sure you got the right ones. Last thing you want to do is try to put the wrong seals on and be messing with it all day. So anyway, we'll get these old seals off here in just a second, and we'll show you how you can get them on and off. You can come back here in just a minute. All right. Well, we took the end off there and pretty much all that nice little clean stuff there came out of the inside of this rod. And as I was informed, of course, it should not have anything inside that rod. And well, there was very little in there to begin with, and that's it's a couple quarts right there. So that means that seal has been leaking for a pretty long time. I mean, the truck is an older truck, and hell, I think every actuator and everything or cylinder on there is leaking at one point. See there, classmates pulling the seal off there now. Oh yeah, it's pretty bad. As you can see, that's pretty much shut. So, all right. So this screws into the end down there, and the rubber gasket will go right here. And it was pretty nasty, it tore up. So we'll replace that and get everything taken care of on that. And when we come back here, I'll show you exactly how you're supposed to put them on. All right, now we're back here and everything. These are all our old seals right here. And as you can see, they're pretty shot. They've been on here for a long time. These are all pretty nasty. But we got them over here, and these are our new seals right here. All right. Now these right here, they go on this here piston end, and there is a way that they go on. They I don't know if you can see it. How they got the two lips, one here, one there. Well, they essentially sit like that, but of course around in here, and then this one here, it pops on the end right here. So, and then you got these two. They actually go down here, and of course the flat one first. Let me see it here. Oh. And see, it will essentially sit along this edge right here. All right, and then of course your O-ring there will sit on top of it. So, and then of course you got ones that go there, and of course one there, which are these right here. They pretty much go to that one. And then you got these here, same thing. Put down in here. Yep. And then you got this bad boy here. Now, nope. Now, of course, this one here actually fits on this inside edge closest to you, and it sits down like that. So this lip right here will actually fit inside, leaving the smaller portion here exposed. And then your inner seal, which actually goes down in here. Now we've actually cleaned these up a little bit and everything. As you see in there, they were a lot worse than what they are. Took a little Scotch-Brite right here. clean them up real good. So what I'm gonna, so that's pretty much all your seals. And with that being said, we will work these and get them put on. And at that point in time, we'll come back here and I'll show you what they look like on, and we'll have you show you how you actually put this thing back together.
Done.
All right. Now, as you see, we're trying to get that over. Now, they can go on coal. Fortunately, we can't do it. To be completely honest with you. But now you can heat these up. These little rings here can be heated up. Would recommend being very, very careful doing that. Some guys have actually melted them and put them where they wouldn't seal no more. So if you do heat these up right here to put them onto there, you definitely want to be very careful. And when you're prying on it, I would definitely be very, very careful using that screwdriver on that aluminum like that. And as you can see, thank God this goes on a test truck. And we'll be taking them apart over and over and over again. All the other classes will as well. He's nicking the heck out of this one here. So, but when we get it back on, we'll show you what they look like on there, because it's definitely going to take us a minute, and we'll be back here shortly. All right, now we're back here and everything. I went ahead and put the seals on. I'll show you what they look like there. And they're pretty simple and everything. These right here just kind of pop on real easy. This little top one here, that went on fairly easy. Now, the one on the inside, it's going to take you a minute, and you gotta be careful because you don't want to damage it. The last thing you want to do is to damage it. So I'm looking for this in. But yep, like I said, that one there, I had to squeeze it together, seat it in, kind of spin it as pushing it in, and it went in with a little play. Taking me a little bit. Same with this one here. As you can see, pretty cut dry. Now, these here can be a pain in the ass. Again, this one here is pretty easy. I got the seals there. So let's see if we can set this down here. Now this one here is pretty simple. That just pops in like that. See? So, all right. Now these here, remember, they have to go on a certain way, and at the same time, heating these up will make a ton of difference. But you got to be careful not to melt these son of bitches. So, we'll go ahead and everything, get them heated up. I'll get them seated on, and we'll be back here in just a minute. All right. Now that we got the seals and everything back in, they're all on. Lip on the outside here, lip here. And what we'll do is we're going to take this, take the rod, we're going to put it back in the cylinder here. This is going to be your bottom piece here. This will be the top. This is what the rod slides through. As you can see, we got the new seal in there. Basically, once we put this here, it goes into the cylinder. This piece screws into the bottom. And at that point in time, put your bottom piece on, tighten everything down, and then we'll actually put it on back onto the truck, and we'll test the system out, make sure everything works like it's supposed to. Everything works properly and there's no leaks. Once we get this back together and everything, we'll show you how we put it back on the truck, and then at that point in time, we'll be back and have a little bit more information.
All right, we're here on the Peterbilt and everything, up underneath the car in the rack of the car hauler, and we got the cylinder back up in its spot. We still got to get that end over there in, but I just wanted to show you real quick. Pretty much fits back in the spot. Connect your hose there. You'll have another one at that end, and then, but before you do that, you see here, see the cotter pin. You need to end that back around a little bit, but anyway, fits in there. You got a slide pin that goes in, slides through the holes, goes in the bottom, then you put your cotter right in there. And you have another one on that end. We have to retract that, and that'll fit in down there. And when it hooks in, it hooks into the bracket here, and then it actually extends this right here, the whole seat, platform the car sits on. So, and that's pretty much that. Once we get everything in, we'll test the system. We'll show you on the exactly how it works once we get everything in. Just wanted to show you real quick about how you seat it in there. It's pretty simple. It's not real hard, fitting the pegs in the holes pretty much. All right, we'll be back here in just a minute.